Prime Minister Anthony Albanese is in the federal seat of Dunkley today, ahead of the by-election in a month's time. It will give a real-world insight into the wider political landscape. Joining me live is Special Counsel for Fitzpatrick and Co, Advisory, Bruce Hawker. How are you, Bruce?
Very well, thanks, Tim.
It's interesting how these by-elections can really peel back the look at the wider things that are happening in federal politics.
Indeed. I mean, it's a chance to have a mini referendum on the government and on the opposition. And Dunkley's an interesting seat. It's been held by both parties over the years. It's out of suburban Melbourne. It's a seat which either party should be very competitive in. And particularly at a time like this when the government's coming out of a period of high inflation and cost of living pressures. However, in the last week, we've seen some real changes in the way in which the economy and the economic outlook is looking. We saw the inflation figures coming in at 4.2%, which was the lowest in more than 2 years for the government. And we've seen the government pretty much wedge the opposition on the question of these tax cuts changes, which were only introduced about a week and a half ago.
They look like they'll get through, don't they? It's going to be almost impossible for Peter Dutton to push back too hard. I know you can go on the backflip, you can go on the political lies, but there's been the odd politician tell the odd porky pie over the course of time. So that's only going to have so much depth to it.
Well, it's a pork pie, and it's one that people punish you for if they don't like it.
Yeah, if you're not going to build that bridge that you said you're going to build.
Yeah, exactly. But if it's one which says we're going to put more money in your back pocket every payday, that's a broken promise that people can live with.
Yeah.
And I think, and will happily live with in the main. This is the problem for Peter Dutton and the opposition. You know, a week ago he was calling for an election. Last night on Channel 9, he was basically saying that he was going to wave through the changes because he can't be seen to be denying or standing in the way of tax cuts for middle and lower income Australians. He's wedged.
Yeah, and you can see that Anthony Albanese, the way that he kick-started the year was obviously not only tangibly, but also from a PR perspective. It's all about cost of living. It's all about economy. You just mentioned inflation lowering to this point, and the RBA probably won't do anything on Tuesday, but as a matter of time. So he's put a couple of dollars on a favourite, and it's paying off for him.
Well, as I've been saying for the last 18 months, provided the economy is starting to pick up well for the government in the lead up to the election, they should be in a good position going in. You know, the Voice and other issues have been very serious distractions for them and have caused them not to be seen to be not focused on the economy. Now they are, and this big bold move that they made a week and a bit ago by changing their tax arrangements to favour lower and middle income Australians was gutsy, and I think it's a gamble that's paying off.